Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. In this video we are going to discuss regarding comparable and comparator interface. So firstly we discuss regarding the theoretical part, and again second we are going to take one example also regarding comparable and comparator interface. Okay, so let's start. First recap what we completed up to now. So we completed the inside a collection framework, so list interface and their array list, vector, linked list and stack classes also. And inside the set interface we completed the hash set, link hash set and reset. So now we are going to discuss regarding the comparable and comparator interface in detail. Okay, so before that let's open the notepad. Okay, so yeah, in last video already we discussed regarding the set interface. Okay, so now let's create one new file. So here we are discussing regarding the comparable, okay, and comparator interface. Okay, so see here, let's first discuss regarding the comparable. Okay, comparable. So what is comparable? It is a interface. Okay, interface. So see guys, comparable interface and comparator interface, these are the two interfaces are present. So basically those are belongs from different packages. Like comparator interface is belong from java.util package, and comparable is belong from java.lang package. So it is an interface present in java.lang package. So interviewer asks sometimes what is comparable and where it is from, means from where it is belong, right? So it is belongs from java.lang package. Remember this point. So there will be this is the first point, and there will be the one method is present, which is a compare to method. Okay, it contains yeah, so second point, it contains only one method, right? Only one method, which is compare to method. Okay, remember this point also. So see guys, comparable and comparator, there is only one difference. So when we want to perform the natural sorting order, then we are go with the comparable. Okay, and if you want to perform the customized sorting, right, that time we are using the comparator interface. So we can write here comparable means for default natural sorting order. Default natural sorting order. What is mean by default? By default it is performing the ascending order. Okay, so let's take one example regarding this. Before that we discussed regarding the comparator also. Okay, so second point is comparator. After the theoretical part I am going to explain in depth with code also. Okay, so it is present in which package? Java dot, it is interface, right? It is a interface present in java dot util package, right? Second point, it contains the method compare. Okay, it contains method compare method, right? It is containing compare. See guys, comparable containing compare to method to perform the sorting logic, right? Then comparator is used the compare method, which is used to performing the sorting logic, right? Then we can write one more point regarding the comparator. Comparator means for the customized sorting order, right? So we can write here comparator means for customized sorting order. Okay, so let's see the code, then you can understand all those things, right? So open the STS. So here we already created one collection project, right? Go to the src, right click on the package com.info, right? And here after create, go to the new and create a class, right? So let's see the comparable interface example, right? So comparable example 1, we can give the name. Okay, so class is created. Before that we already created one employee class. Let's open it. So this is the employee class. Inside the employee class we already taken the employee ID, employee name and employee address, and we created the one parameterized constructor. Then after we taken the setters and getters also, and toString method also. Okay, so see, go to the comparable class and take here one main method. Okay, after taking a main method, I am going to create the object of preset ts is equal to new preset. Okay, we already created the one object for the preset, right? So after creating the object, okay, so we have to add inside the preset object, we have to add the employee data. So generics will be employee, right? So here also we have to take a generics. So employee. Okay, so if you want to add, then we have a add method present. So create a object new employee, and inside that we have to provide first employee ID, then employee name, then employee address. So I am going to take 55 comma inside the string like Shubh, then second address like Mumbai. Okay, let's create the same object second, ts dot add new employee. of, like I'm going to take 2 employee ID, right? Then employee name like Alex. Then second one, it is belong from Hyderabad, HYD. Okay. Then TS dot add new employee. New employee, like I'm going to take 66. Okay, this is the ID of employee. And second one, here name is like John. Okay, and he's belong from like Pune. Okay, so that's it. So we created the one object of reset, right? Inside that reset we adding the some objects like data employee. Okay, we already created the employee data. Okay, and then if we want, we are trying to like sys out, we have to print it, like take a for loop, and inside there ts employee emp, right? Okay, so see guys, here sys out, I'm going to print employee. Okay, so if you want to print this data, if you want to perform the operation, that time we already seen in our last video what we have to do, right? How we are getting the exception, right? Which type of exception. So let's execute, and what we have to compulsorily implement. So java dot application run, so it is giving the class cast exception. Why? Because we have to compulsorily implement which interface, comparable or comparator, right? So see here java.lang comparable, we have to compulsorily implement. Okay, so that's why it is giving the error. So come to employee class, implements which comparable, right? Okay, so that's it. So it is showing error because comparable, it is a interface, and there is one method present which is a compare to, right? So we have to compulsorily provide the implementation for that method. So add unimplemented methods. So go down, oh sorry, yeah, go down. This method is compare to method. So we have to write some logic here for the comparable interface, right? So whenever we are going to implement the comparable interface, that time we have to compulsorily provide the implementation for the compare to method, right? So see guys, here there are the three fields are present, like employee ID, employee name, employee address. So if you want to perform the sorting based on the employee ID, then we have to write the logic inside the compare to method for employee ID, right? So or if you want to perform the sorting based on name or based on address, so that time we have to write a logic related that field. Okay, understood? So I have to perform the operation based on the ID. Okay, so take here the logic, like I'm going to write like this. So integer eid emp id is equal to this dot emp id. Okay, second one, in second line we have to write integer eid or employee id, emp id, 1 minute, we have to take here 1 and here 2. Okay, is equal to this dot emp this dot, not this dot, we have to take employee or directly o dot emp id. Okay, that's it. Then after we have to write some logic like if emp id first is less than emp id second, then what will it return? So it is returning to us -1, right? Return -1. Okay, and in second line, else if eid is greater than emp id1 is greater than emp id2, then it is return 1 only, +1. Okay, otherwise else it is returning 0. Okay, this logic we have to write. See what happened internally. If employee id, first employee id is less than second, then it is returning -1. Then it is comparing like this: first employee id, second employee id, second employee id is greater than first employee id, it is returning positive value like +1, -1 or 0. When it is returning 0, if both objects are same. Okay, means first employee id and second employee id is same, that time it is returning 0. Okay, so let's save this, come to the comparable. Now you have to simply execute this program. So see, it is returning our output. First it is returning smallest value, then second 5, then third 6, right? This is nothing but a sorting order. Firstly, before we are not implementing the comparable interface, that time with the employee class, that time it is showing the class cast exception. Then after what we done, we created the one employee class. Inside the employee class we write comparable interface, means we implement the comparable interface with employee class. Okay, and I have to perform the sorting with the employee id, right? Then I am going to implement this compare to method, and inside the compare to method I provided the sorting logic related employee id only. Okay, if we want to perform the operation related employee name or employee address, then we have to write a simply logic here inside the compare to method. Based on that we can perform the operation on the every field, okay, present inside a any class. Okay, so let's execute once again. See here I perform the operation based on id, right? So it is giving the ascending order 2, 2, 5, 5, 6, 6. Now what we have to do, now I have to perform the sorting operation based on the employee name. So what should we have to do? We have to simply come to the employee class, go to the compare to method and instead of employee ID we have to give the employee name. Okay, we have to simply give the employee name, yeah. So we have to change this also, because employee ID data type is integer, here employee name is string. So string emp name 2, we can write a simple operation like this. Then o is nothing but object of employee. Okay, o dot emp name, right? Then so we have to remove this logic. Okay, delete, and simply what we have to do, we have to use the compare to method. Here we have to use the compare to method. How? So delete this 0 and emp name 1 dot compare to emp name 2, right? This is the logic for string. So internally what happen, whenever we are going to compare the two string, that time internally compare to method is working. So whenever we are writing the logic, that time we remember this point, we have to simply take a two string and compare with compare to method. Okay, and save this simply employee class. Come to the comparable example 1 and let's execute this class. So see guys, here based on employee ID it is not performing the operation, right? It is not performing the sorting operation. It is performing the sorting operation based on employee name. Firstly it is James, Alex, second one John, and third one Shubh. Okay, so this is a comparable interface. Internally it is working. If you want to perform the operation based on address also, that time what we have to do, simply remove this, and like here we have to emp address. Okay, here also emp address, and add 2. Okay, so simply what we have to do here, simply emp address 1 and emp address 2. Save our employee class, come to the comparable example 1 class and execute our program. See our output, first HYD, then second Mumbai, and third Pune. Okay, this is our output. So if you found this video helpful, smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.